Good morning, children. I am Ramya, your science teacher. Again, I am back with another new topic. So, before going to the topic, let me say something. Just you are walking on your roadside, you can see number of things. What you will be seeing, like vehicles, more human beings, plants, animals. Okay. So today we are going to see about a plant. See, you can see a plant in my hand. Okay, we are going to see about a plant and parts of a plant. That our lesson name is parts of a plant. So, as a human being, we are having number of parts like eyes, nose, ears, hands, legs, etc. Similarly, as plant is also a living organism, it is also having a parts, but not exactly like our eyes, nose, everything, but it also having its own parts. That parts, what are those parts? We are going to see about that parts today, and what functions they are going to perform also will be seeing in our class. For example, in our body, eyes are helpful to see the things, ears are helpful to hear the sounds. In the same way, plants are also having parts and they are also helping the plant in many ways, and what they are doing and how they are helping we are seeing now. This is a plant. You can see here plant, right? But this plant it's just a branch of a plant, but we don't have roots. Generally, we are having a plant in this way. Okay, it's just a rough diagram of a plant. So here you can observe the plant, and so in general we can divide the plant into two parts, like upper and the lower part. So down you can see what are, you can see number of like hair-like structures. Number of hair-like structures, those are nothing but the roots. We can say it as a, we can name it as a roots. Generally, roots are present inside the soil only. If you observe the plants and trees on the roadsides, they will be present inside the soil only. So, who are present inside the soil? Which part of the plant present inside the soil? Roots are present inside the soil. And this total which is present inside the soil, we call it as roots, and also we can say it as a root system. And the part of the plants which are present above the soil, and those parts which we can see are nothing but we call it as a shoot. We call it the name shoot. And we call it as a shoot, and roots we cannot see with our eyes unless we plug the plant, we cannot see the roots. But shoot we can see. Shoot contains a number of parts like stem, branches, leaves, flowers and the fruits. But only the roots are present inside the soil and above the soil are present is nothing but the shoot, and shoot contains a number of parts like stem, branch, leaves, flowers and fruits. So this first one is the roots. We are going to say about the roots. Roots are present under the soil, inside the soil. Where they are present? Inside soil. Why they are present inside, and what is the function of the soil? What function it will do? For example, our eyes are there. What it will do? It will see the things in our surroundings. Help to see the things. Our hands are there. Hands, what function it will do? Writing, okay, eating, whatever the things which we are doing with the hands, that are the functions of the hands. Similarly, roots are also having few functions. What they will do? They absorb the water and minerals. They absorb water and minerals. From where they will absorb water and minerals? From the soil. They absorb from the soil. As they are present inside the soil, they absorb water and minerals from the soil. And how we are watering the plants? Yes, we will water the plants daily. So, plants need water to survive. Yes, as it is a living organism, it needs water, air, food, etc. to survive. So, these roots are helping to absorb water and minerals from the soil, and these water and minerals are giving to the stem. And what is another function? Roots will hold the plant, hold tightly in the soil. Roots help to hold the plant tightly. See, if I ask you to pluck a plant, is it easy for you? Immediately within a second you can pluck the plant? No. Why? Because roots holds the plant tightly in the soil. That is why it is unable to pluck the plant very easily. It will stick, like it will be strong. Okay, it will be attached strongly in the soil. And coming to the roots. So, in general, plants are having two types of root systems. Two types of root systems. Two types of root systems. So, one is the taproot, other is the fibrous root. One is the taproot and other is the fibrous root. Taproot, you can see the one main root. One main root is arising, and from that main root you can see a small hair-like structures called as a lateral roots. So, in taproot system there will be one main root, and again from the main root there will be a number of lateral roots are coming. This is one of the type, that is taproot system. Coming to the fibrous roots, the number of cluster of group of roots arising at one point in this root. This is about the fibrous roots. Okay, roots present inside the soil, absorb water and minerals from the soil, holds the plants tightly, and it consists of two types of root systems like taproot and the fibrous root system. Next we are going to see about a stem. Okay, the part which present above the ground is nothing but a stem. And what is the function of the stem? Whatever the roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, that will be given to the stem, and stem will supply all the nutrients to remaining parts of the plants. Okay, so for example, you can see this is a stem. This you can see this is a stem, and on the stem we can see the number of branches. We can see number of branches. On the branches we can see the leaves. This is one of the branch of a stem. Okay, so in this way, generally all plants have green color stem. Plants have green color stem. stem and some trees. There is a lot of difference between the plants and the trees. The shorter one we call it as a plants, and the very big plants we call it as a tree, and the tree stem we call it as a trunk. If you observe the trunk of a plant, it will be like brown color. Okay, brown color, and the plants, whatever the plants are there, their stem will be green in color. As that plant grows into a tree, their stem also changing its color and becoming very hard, and that we call it as a trunk. And what are the functions of the stem? They supply all nutrients which are absorbed from the roots. They will be given to the remaining parts of the plants, remaining parts of a plant. And not only that one, some plants will store the food. They will be storing the food. They are modifying their stems as a food. Like example, potato, okay, sugarcane, etc. These are the vegetables which we are eating. So how they are, why we are eating this, what we are eating, the part, that potato, it is came from the stem, like modified stem. They are storing the food in they are modifying the stem as a vegetable and giving that as a food. So sugarcane, whatever the sugarcane which is present, we are eating the stem of the sugarcane plant only. Okay, in this way, stem is helping us to, helping in this way, like they will supply all nutrients to all parts of the plant, and they will be storing the food materials in them, and they will be underground or also from area, like they will be sugarcane, example sugarcane, whatever the sugarcane we are eating, that is the stem of the plant. Next one more important part of a plant, the stem holds the branches. Stem also holds the branches, leaves, flowers and the fruits. All the other parts of the plant we can see on the stem itself. So next part we are going to see, next part of a plant is a leaf. Okay, so see, this is one plant, this is another plant. Not only few plants are present, but number of plants are present in our surroundings. Each will be having of a different type. So you can say, madam, plants are all similar, how they will be different. For example, if you take a human being, like my features are different. You are having nose, eyes, ears. I too have eyes, ears, nose, everything. But my features are different and your features are different. By looking, we will be of different. In the same way, even though plants are also having the same parts, but their shapes will be different, either in their stem, either in their leaves or roots also. As I said, two types. Before saying about the leaf, I missed one thing in a stem. Like some stems are very weak, soft, and they cannot grow straight. But they need a support. They need a support, and they will be growing on the ground. Okay, they need a support and they will be growing on the ground. Those we call it as a creepers. Those we call it as a creepers and the climbers. Creepers, you can see, if you take example watermelon plant, they, due to of their heavy fruits, that plant cannot grow straight, because that's why they will be just creeping on the ground. Climbers, if you take example like money plant, what happens? In your houses you will be having money plant. What happens? Your mother will be tying the thread to the stem of that plant, and they are tying to the some nail or whatever it may be. With the help of that thread, the plant is growing straightly. Okay. So some plants which are having a weak stem, or it's very what we say, they don't have any strength in them, the stem. That's why they will be creeping and climbers. Now coming to the leaf. If we observe these two plants, the leaf of this plant is different and the leaf of this plant is different. But all plants will have the leaves and the green color. That generally all leaves will be in green color. In which color? Green color. Why the leaves are present only in a green color, not in any other color? Why? Because there is having a one pigment called chlorophyll. They are having some pigment called chlorophyll which gives a green color to the leaf. And about this we will be studying more detail in higher classes. And what is the leaf generally? What is the function of the leaf and the structure of the leaf? So the flat portion of the leaf, we call it as a leaf blade. So the flat portion of the leaf, we call it as a leaf blade. And if you see the leaf blade, you can see a thick line in the middle. That we call it as a midrib. Okay, that line we call it as a midrib. And if you observe keenly, like you can pluck any leaf from your garden and you can see it. So number of hair-like structures are coming from the midrib. If you observe in this way, you can see it in the leaf. These lines we call it as a veins. Those lines we call it as a veins. So this is about the leaf structure. And there are some small pores. Present under the surface of this leaf blade called as stomata. What we call stomata. What is the function of this stomata? Why they are present? So if I ask you to take a deep breath, what I did? I took a deep breath. With the help of what I am taking deep breath? With the help of my nose, right? But plants is a living organism. They don't need to take the breath, but from where they are taking the air inside. From where they are taking? They are taking with the help of this stomata. On the surface of the leaf blade, under the surface of the leaf blade, you can see a small pores like this. That those are nothing but the stomata, and they are helping the plant to take the air inside and give out the air outside. So this is the function of the stomata. And generally, what we do if we feel hungry, what we will do, children? What we will do? We feel hungry. First of all, we will get angry, right? So what we need at that time, we will be very much waiting for the lunch bell. Exactly. Oh, okay. So your mother is cooking food for you and you are bringing in the lunch boxes and you are having your lunch. So animals, what they will do? They will be going in search of a food. They will hunt the other animals and they will be having the food. But plants, as they cannot move from one place to another, how they will be getting the food? Who is giving the food? Plant is only the living organism which can prepare their own food. They will be preparing the own food. How they are able to prepare the own food? What are needed to prepare their food? For example, if I need to prepare a rice, what the ingredients I require? I need water, I need rice, raw rice I needed, and I need a gas stove also. So if I put all this together and I cook, the rice will be ready. But for the plants, what are required to prepare the food so that it can able to survive? So plants require air. First thing, what it requires? It requires air. Second is sunlight. Third one is chlorophyll. I told now plants leaves are green in color because of chlorophyll. So air, sunlight, chlorophyll and also water, and they prepare a food. With the help of these four things, plants prepare food, and the process of making food, we call it as a photosynthesis. This is a one new word and a very big word. You are first of all try to pronounce it correctly and you write this word for a 10 times so that you can get that word. So plants prepare their own food in the presence of air, sunlight, chlorophyll and water is nothing but, that process is nothing but we call it as a photosynthesis. What happens at that time? Plants will be growing good. So they have a sufficient food and in this, by this photosynthesis process plants prepare their own food and they will be living good. So this is all about the process of the functions of the leaf, and with this you can understand one thing. Who is a kitchen queen in your home? Your mother. Here in plant, who is which part of the plant is a kitchen? Leaf is a kitchen and leaf also acts as a mother to a plant. As it is preparing the food to the total plant, it will act as a kitchen of a, we can say kitchen of a plant. There in the leaf itself only food is cooked, food is prepared. So we call it as leaf as a kitchen of a plant. That is about the leaf. And the number of leaves you can see, sizes, shapes, different shapes of the leaves also you can see. And next coming to the flower. Next one is flower. So here I am having few flowers. Okay, so it just dried up. This is a, if I show you this, you say it is a rose flower. Okay, and this is another type of flower. So there are number of flowers bearing plants. So all plants do not bear flowers, but few plants will be bearing flowers. And one of the beautiful part of a plant is nothing but the flower. Beautiful part of a plant, or the plant is nothing but the flower. And in what way flower is helping us? Flowers, what is the function of the flower? It helps in a reproduction. It helps in a reproduction. About this you will be studying in the higher classes. So flowers, what they will do? They attract the insects. Okay, they attract the insects and it is one of the beautiful part of a plant and it also helps in a reproduction process. And all plants do not bear flowers, but few of them bear flowers. And next, going on to the next one is the fruits and seeds. Generally, if you observe, the plants bears like fruits. For example, mango tree. If you take a mango tree, you can see in the month of February, January or February, you can see a small little yellowish white flowers. Okay, yellowish white flowers. Like small flowers will be there. Okay, yellowish white flowers. Later on, what happens at the month of after 2 to 3 months of duration, these yellowish white flowers are started converting into a fruit. The flowers which are, the plants which are bearing the flowers, they will be starting converting into the fruit. Small fruit size, small size they will be converting. Before that, I want to say something about the plant of rose plant. Like if you observe the rose plant, today you will be seeing the bud. Bud is nothing but the initial stage of a flower. Initial stage of a flower. From the bud only we can get the flower. If you observe the bud and if you keep on observing daily like 2 to 3 days, you can see how the bud is converting into the flower by opening its all parts. Okay, and now coming to the fruits and the seeds. If you take the mango tree, like yellowish white color flowers are we can see in the month of January or February, but afterwards what happens after few days, after few months, these flowers are turned into the small fruits, and that from this we can say that flowers start converting into the fruits, and later on these fruits will be bearing the seeds inside them. These fruits will be bearing seeds inside them, and once these seeds are sown in the soil, what happens? We can get a new plant. So in this way we can get a new plant. And So some fruits like mango. If you take a mango fruit, how many seeds mango fruit have? We are eating the seed of a plant fruit. No, we are throwing that. So it is having only the one seed. And coming to the watermelon. Watermelon, if you see, there will be a black color and white color seeds. So number of seeds will be there. And coming to the banana. Banana. Have you seen any time seeds inside the fruit of a banana? It doesn't have any seeds. So mango fruit has only one seed. Watermelon has number of seeds, and banana has no seeds. So after eating these kinds of fruits, we'll be throwing somewhere. We are throwing the seeds somewhere. What happens? That seeds can fall onto the soil that will be growing into the another new plant. So seeds are also responsible for growing into the another new plant. This is all about the parts of a plant, and now I am going to give you a worksheet which you have to do so that you will be, and if you understand the concept very well, you can do the worksheet. And soon I will be conducting the exam based on my topics which have been given in the videos as videos. So you should be thorough with the worksheet. Coming to the worksheet. So based on the topic which I taught you, I gave you the worksheet. So first one is name two types of root systems. Name two types of root systems like I told you beginning of the class. Now how plants prepare their own food. I told in the leaf concept, I told how the plants will prepare their own food, and write two functions of roots, stem, leaf, flower, fruits and the seeds. You have to write about the functions. What functions are performed by each and every part of a plant. You have to write at least two functions of each part. What kind of functions they are performing and in what way they are helping to the plant. This is all about the worksheet. It's very simple. If you understand the concept clearly, you can attempt these questions, and soon I will be giving you I will be conducting you the exam also based on this topic. So I hope you understood the class very well. Thank you for watching.